Hi guys, it's Nika, and there is so much I want to talk about in this video, and I only have like 6 minutes, so I feel like I will have to leave some of the stuff for some other videos, and I will just talk about the same in this one, because that makes the most sense, right? Anyway, so this is Zoe Rose to be exact, and if you are familiar with my OCs, with my characters, you have definitely stumbled upon the triplets, Caleb, Tyler, and Bianca. Well, what you may not know, especially if you've only followed me recently, or maybe in like less than a year, I guess, kinda recently, what you may not know is that the triplets actually have a little sister, and that's Zoe. And Zoe has quite an interesting storyline, and yet she's kind of forgotten, which is actually kind of part of her storyline too. Let me explain. So, in 2016, which I now realize has been 7 years, well, more like 6, because I did it at the end of the year, but in 2016, when I was playing my Rose Legacy in The Sims 3, I decided to do this little storyline with Zoe, in which... okay, wait, I have to go back. So, Zoe's parents, the triplets' parents, they were friends with Emmett Relevard from the Into the Future expansion pack. And at one point when they were young, they went to the future, and then years later they went to the future again, and this time they went with their children. And when they returned to their time, something weird started happening with Zoe, because she kind of, I don't know how to say it, something went wrong when she was being transported from the future to the present times. And let's just say she kind of started glitching out, let's say. And then she found herself in a whole other universe. She basically found herself in The Sims 4. I feel like that's a very cool storyline. The way I did it was a bit of a mess, but I would still like to revisit it and write it again and better. Anyway, so she arrived in The Sims 4, where she met and became the wife of my Sims 4 Legacy heir, Isaac. They got together. Well, she actually kinda knew Isaac already from like her own universe. Like, there was a parallel universe version of him who lived in her hometown in Twinbrook, and they were friends here, and then she found him again in this parallel universe, and in this universe they actually fell in love and got married, and they had kids together, because I really wanted to connect my two storylines, or my two legacies. So that's kind of the original storyline Zoe had. Actually, since I mentioned Emmett, it wasn't a coincidence that Zoe kind of had this accident. Emmett played a role in that. I'm not gonna say any more. If you wanna read it, the old shitty storyline is on my Tumblr. It's really weird, and I constantly think of rewriting it and making it better. But yeah, Emmett is low-key shit in my universe, in my character's universe, and in like a newer version of that storyline, which kind of only exists in my head, Bianca confronts him about that much earlier than in the original story, and they kind of make a deal that he will actually help her find Zoe, and that he will make everyone forget about her, so that they don't have to worry that Zoe is missing. So Bianca and Emmett are the only ones who know that Zoe still exists somewhere far away in another universe, so that's a bit painful. But anyway, yeah, Zoe is forgotten by everyone in her story, and she's kind of forgotten by me too. I neglect her so badly. I rarely take her out of my library to take pictures of her. I gave her a little makeover a few years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, but that's kinda it. I never really take pictures of her. And this time I decided to give her another makeover, and I actually started working on it. I wasn't recording it, I just wanted to check out some new body presets that I downloaded, and then I kind of found myself giving her a full-on makeover. So after I did her face and her hair and her makeup and her first outfit, I decided to stop, and I was like, it was late at night, and I was like, okay, in the morning I'm gonna continue this and I'm gonna record this and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And I really love how she turned out. For the longest time, whenever I was giving her a makeover or new outfits, something was just off. I couldn't figure out but something just didn't really work, and I feel like I finally nailed it. I feel like finally this is the Zoe that I see in my head. This is an accurate depiction of that character. The Rose siblings, they started off as Sims, my legacy Sims, but at this point they are characters, literally characters, and I use the Sims to just, to have some pictures of them, because I never really draw anymore and I'm not good at drawing, and yeah. And I see I have been talking for way too long and I still didn't say all the things I wanted to talk about, so I'm sorry. I will talk about Zoe more in some other video. I know already which one it could be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have anything nice to say. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other social media. And yeah, I really have to end this. I'm sorry, I wanted to talk more and I simply don't have time. I love you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone, bye guys!